All right, awesome. Glad to do our first podcast together. My name is Alvin. I'm not a bunny. Let me just remove the filter. Um, I lead a little startup called Alteredverse, and we're building a product called Anna. It stands for Autonomous Neural Network Agent. And essentially, what we're doing is trying to use natural language to control 3D actions. And we're currently building it on Unreal Engine. Eventually, it can be used, in multiple industries. Gaming is one of them. You basically talk to your character, and the character moves around the environment with you. You can co-play with the, AI character within a 3D environment.
Nice.
It can also be applied in robotics industry where you can kind of talk to a robot, train it, and then it can get the trainings can be exported into a robot language and you can deploy it. You could do 3D virtual store. You can ask the character to like, hey, change into that new dress or carry the backpack. Take a look. How much is it? So you can have a conversation with an AI character within a 3D store. So those are some of the applications that can be used, but currently we're focusing more on the foundation to get it right before we move on to the other industry. So that's what we're doing. All right, over to you guys.
All right, that's a very great introduction, Alvin. And for you guys to know my name is Paul. I am digital marketing lead in Alterverse. And oh, that's a great side class. And you didn't stop. You have now. That's great. That's great. So yeah, we're here today again to talk about where the ideas came from, and get into what makes Anna different from the traditional games, and especially the AI interaction and smarter characters, player choices, and how community can help shape the experience.
Sure, but before that, let's get Millie to introduce herself too.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm Malie and I am based in Canada. So I know it's really cool to see our team all over the place. Love it. And yeah, I'm kind of like leading on partnerships and as well as some of our social media, helping Paul out as a support too for that. So yeah, it's been really awesome to be a part of it, and I can't wait to see where we go, honestly.
Okay, awesome.
Awesome, awesome. So yeah, Alvin, every project starts with a crazy idea, right? Like, what is the real idea behind Anna?
The real idea. Well, I come from a gaming background. 15 years ago, I started my own company, and I fell in love with MMORPGs. The character that you have, and you can kind of move around like an open world. Incidentally, I met like so many people around the world. Yeah, I actually met some songwriters based in Canada.
Nice.
And one of their character, we've been always doing raids and all that, organizing a group of people, and you seeing all of them coming together, and you do a screenshot or you record a short animation of everyone doing crazy dance. So I think that kind of stuck with me. And now with the age of AI, with LLM coming out in the last 3-4 years, it's progressed so much now. It started with text. Now we have videos, we have 2D characters, and now we have AI agents. I think eventually it's going to move into 3D space. I think already some projects are looking into spatial intelligence for 3D characters. And in the last 24 months, physical AI has taken off. AI embedded in robots. And robots, where do you train them? You train them in a 3D environment before it actually gets deployed in the real world. So I think what we're building is not something that may or may not be utilized. It will inevitably be used in some form. So I'm very excited to try to bring back that magic of that MMORPG days. You have a character, imagine if you can interact with that character and that character understands its surrounding, and it's not just chatting, it's really physically inside the 3D world doing stuff, and then you have fun with it. So that kind of started the journey for me. Yeah.
Yeah, and to add on that, most of the games like the MMORPG are built around a fixed path and like a scripted dialogue and sometimes a predictable interaction. Like you just needed to play with the algorithm and you know how to deal with some quests. But I think what you're saying is you wanted to explore more like something different, like a world where players don't just follow instructions but actually communicate and influence and shape the experience.
Yeah, and there are times when you don't see other players online, and I think AI is perfect as a co-op or a companion. And it's unscripted, so you don't know like what the AI character will respond to you. And I think eventually we will have AI characters that have memory. It remembers you, it understands the context, the conversations that you have over time, your interests, your outbursts towards certain people you share with the AI character, the problems that you face and all that. So it will evolve beyond just gaming chat. It's a game character you play with, but at the same time, you can talk to it, and it becomes like a friend and a companion to you as well. And then once you're off, you stop playing, maybe a year down the road, you come back again. It remembers you. It remembers the last time you logged in, and it can ask, where were you? Or you can change the parameter. It will maybe say, where the fuck did you go? I'm stuck here. I'm lonely. Stuff like that. So you can actually create personalities. And I think this is gonna revolutionize the way games are developed. And so far, I've been talking a bit on the gaming aspect, but I think it has huge implications to enterprise as well, especially in simulating robotics. Currently, it's an area where I am quite interested in, and we're actually talking to some robotic companies to potentially see what we're doing can be utilized by them. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically you are saying that this is not just a game, but as a new kind of interaction between the players and AI, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really cool to see that. That's what I think is just such an interesting part of it, that it's not just like a traditional gaming type environment, that it's, evolving. And I think like that's something that we just don't see very much. And I think that that's really an interesting piece of it.
Yeah, boy.
So, Paul, maybe you can share with us, like, in terms of marketing. You joined us a couple of months back. We built, social media from scratch. The various channels. Tell us your experience, and what has been a nice achievement or rewarding experience so far. Yeah.
Working with a new kind of gameplay, sometimes it's really hard to explain it to the gamers or to the community how the AI can really interact with the game. So I think that is one of the pain in the ass that I was struggling with. But if you are going to dive into what really Anna is, you will understand the concept. You will understand what makes the Anna is really different from another game. We're seeing a lot of people who is excited to know more about the Anna. So for everyone who is listening in this podcast, please hop in our Discord. The Discord link will going to be provided in our description. There's a lot of events and things that's ongoing in our Discord. For now, we are having a fun art where our community members have a capability to change the outfit of Anna. I see some of our members collaborating with Naruto. I don't know if you guys know about Naruto. Naruto is one of the famous anime in the history, and he changed the outfit of Anna into Naruto, and that's really pretty cool. And I think that guy will go into win the fan art. So again, if you guys wanted to join, there's a lot of great prizes. There's a lot of great rewards that is ongoing in our communities. Join our Discord and participate in those activities.
Cool.
That's what's going to be really exciting is seeing like all the different prizes and things that, are going to be launched out. I think it'll be really cool for the community to jump in and get their hands on something new. I know we're going to be bringing in some different types of stuff right now. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing who's going to win it.
Nice. And Emily, maybe you can let the community know like what you do and what's been good, what's been bad, anything, to just let the community be aware.
I don't think, like, personally, I don't really see anything that's been bad so far. I really think there's just opportunity for growth. So, like, I'm responsible for partnerships, for talking with like different projects, bringing people in, but then also scheduling things like this with Paul, being that support there too. I know we've been looking into grants. I'm really hoping that, we can hear back from some of that stuff as well. I'm excited for the growth of the company, for, new things coming out with the game. I think that there's a lot more where this comes from. So, yeah, a lot of it is also community engagement too. So once we have more people jumping in, we would love to see more activity, more people being able to discuss. And of course, like when we do our AMAs, that's another thing that I'm responsible for is getting that together with Paul. So this is our Ask Me Anything is our AMAs that we're having every other week. We have another one coming up next week. And this is something that I think is really important too, because it keeps the engagement going and we can see where people are actually interested in knowing more about Anna. So it's really cool to see that. And I think that that's another good point that we have happening. So I think Paul and I will definitely continue with that anyway.
Yeah, that
Nice.
is great to hear. But before we move forward, guys, let's make this fun, for everyone who's going to listen to this podcast. So I have a question for both of you. So imagine this: you wake up inside Anna's world, right? And there will be no tutorial, no map, no. There is only one glowing console in front of you. So the question is, what's your first move? A, press the button immediately, or B, look around and act like you know what you're doing, or C, ask Anna for help, or D, mentally lag out before the game even starts. And if you're going to pick A, I respect the confidence, but you might also be the reason the entire facility, and enters in the emergency mode.
Yeah. So your question is if the player first time encounters Anna,
Mhm.
right? Okay.
And there will be no any tutorial, no map, and there is only one glowing console in
Right.
front of you.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm kind of like a troublemaker, so I will ask Anna very awkward questions and just to test and see how she responds. I may use different languages just to also test. And I might use profanity just to see how she responds.
Stop it. Get some help.
Throw it off.
So I'm just gonna try to throw as much curveballs as I can. Yeah. And right now I don't think we have personality enabled. There's so many things to do with Anna right now. We have a set of instructions for her on how she should respond. There are guardrails we build up not to do certain things. If users try to ask like what's the next episode, try to get to know what's the next clue or the progress of the next stage without really progressing the first stage. So there are instructions to let Anna know you're not supposed to say all this. All these are like in the future the player has to clear the level first. And so we build a lot of these guardrails in. And as you know, in guardrails is not foolproof. Players they're gonna find ways to break it. And but yeah, we're trying our best. I think the best way to really get her into character is to fine tune our LLM such that her entire world is based on the story and the world that we built for her. It's not based on a generic LLM that we describe how she's supposed to function and how she's supposed to role play. So I think that's the next stage that we are probably looking at to really fine tune the LLM such that we're kind of like
Mhm.
brainwashing it, and she's really from that world, and no matter how you try to screw around with her, she will absolutely be convinced that she's only from this world, and she won't say anything else. So yeah, so there are a couple of stuff that we're working on, and then the other area is memory. So we have short-term memory and long-term memory that we're working on as well. But yeah, eventually we're gonna put in personality as well. And there are, I think, 3 or 4 personality traits that it could kind of progress towards, depending on the conversations you have with her. And yeah, so that's something we'll be adding on in the future.
Yeah, I'm also curious about if this is the first time that you're going to interact with Anna. What will be your first question with her?
I'll let Millie start first.
If I were to interact with her first, my first question, I don't know. I don't want to be influenced by Alvin's like testing her like in like all the mean ways, or maybe just like jumping in with other languages because I speak 4. So
Oh, okay.
I
What
feel like,
language
you
do you
know,
speak?
I speak English, French, Spanish, and German.
Português,
English,
Deutsch, borboleta,
butterfly,
Schmetterling.
Wow.
My German's pretty limited. It's pretty elementary, we can say. But
Okay, nice.
yeah, I might try testing some languages too, to be honest, because I think that'd be fun. Just see what she does.
Yeah, I think we've tried. So far she understands Mandarin, Tagalog, Korean. Maybe it's because I pronounce or mispronounce some things. But she will only respond in English.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so she understands what questions you're asking her in that language. So
Okay.
yeah, but eventually we can always update the LLM to include other languages.
Yeah.
This is actually the first time that I heard that, and it's a pretty cool feature. Like, for example, non-English speaker, sometimes they just wanted to express, something to Anna on their own language. That is very useful feature where they can utilize. And you know what, guys? Like, I was thinking about 3 years from now, what do you hope people say when they hear Anna? Because for me, I hope people say Anna was one of the projects that helped change how we think about interaction in the game. Not just better graphics, not just a bigger worlds, but a smarter, more responsive experience where players feel truly involved.
Yeah, I know there are some game genres like Tetris, or as you go along you have Ultima 5 back in the DOS days. So some of the games is like it created a category on its own, and I hope Anna would create its own category, how AI powered games are being played, and hopefully Anna would also transcend into the world of robotics, and people would understand that being able to train your robot without always going through an engineering team. The whole idea came from this gaming concept, and it's now changed the way we interact with robots. Potentially you could like upload some animations, record yourself, and then you can drag it and upload it into the Anna platform, and the Anna platform converts it into robotic movements, the actuators and all that, and then you test it out on maybe a humanoid robot, and then it actually carries out the animations that you recorded yourself. So that's one way of, without going through an engineer, you actually are now teaching your own humanoid robot stuff, right? And then you upload it to maybe a humanoid robot that you have at home, and it starts dancing exactly as to whatever you uploaded. We hope that Anna would kind of become interesting, more human way of interacting with 3D characters and robots, maybe.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think, and I know what you're saying too, Paul, like that it would be really cool to see people look back and say, yeah, like Anna was the one, that made it different, and I think that, I mean, there's lots of paths that it could take, right? Like, I think it's really cool to see so many new people too kind of come in and like be aware of it, and I mean, I don't come from a gaming world. Like, I mean, my daughter is a gamer. I have like one of my best friends is like super gamer. So like I'm aware of a lot of this stuff, but like I personally don't come from that world, right? So like coming into something like this, whereas I'm very familiar with AI, but I don't come from the gaming side of it. So it's been such like a different experience to like really see all of this firsthand. And like I hope that other people get that kind of like vibe, you know. I want to see that happen too.
Yeah, yeah. How old is your daughter?
My daughter, she's 12. She's like super into Minecraft. Like I've seen her build stuff in there that I would never ever think about. Like I don't know where these kids get their ideas, but I'm like, man, like she built like a modern house, Paul. Like it was like multi-level. Like she had like a greenhouse in there. Like it was wild to see
Amazing.
all of her ideas, right? Like and I'm like, you got like that's like some like strategic stuff you just did.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I also heard like some of the teenage was doing some automation on the Minecraft, and it's pretty cool. I think your daughter is she has a very creative mind.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's really cool to see that she likes gaming. So I really feel like, you know, the ones that are really into it, those are going to be the ones that step up and learn. And I actually encouraged her to learn like coding and like learn, you know, the back end stuff, you know, things that I don't even understand fully. And I think, you know, when they're young like that, and then they can step into that kind of world. And if that's something that they really like, then you know, there's even more opportunities once they grow up a little bit more, right?
Yeah, and yeah, speaking of defining your own category, I think Minecraft is one of those games that really define a category of its own. And yeah, the creator is a billionaire.
I think it started with being an indie game, right?
Yeah.
And
Mojang, yeah.
with that being said, our community members, or if you guys will going to ask me what you will going to see Anna for the next 10 years, I think we're on the same page of Minecraft. Why is that? Because from what I'm seeing in the community, they are really interested about the concept of the game. Like I think this question is for you, Alvin. Do you see any other AI games?
I think I forgot the title, but it was about a female AI character that was stranded in a planet, and you're supposed to talk to her and try to, I think, help her with stuff. It did decently well, but because whenever there's LLM responding, someone needs to pay for that, and so there's a limit to how much you can play the game. So I think that was the only downside, but you know, it went viral. People were recording how they were trying to help that AI character to get off the planet or something like that. So I've seen, you know, this kind of AI games slowly coming into the market, and but of course most of them is gonna be very chat based. What we're doing is trying to give it some spatial reasoning so that it understands its environment. But I think eventually there will be developers that would also be jumping on the bandwagon, trying to give some spatial reasoning to the character. But yeah, it's a tough journey because natural language is what we call probabilistic. So we're not sure like how the LLM will respond. But game engines are deterministic. You must exactly give it like the function, how far to walk, what animation to use, what sound effects to use, what visual effects to use, and you know, stuff like that. It cannot be fuzzy, right? It has to be exact commands. So you're trying to create a way where the natural language is translated into actual commands inside the engine. And that's been a pretty tough job. But you know, the team is cracking it. We've seen some progress. It understands its environment. Yeah. So the other thing is, besides understanding intent from natural language, we also need to give the AI character a spatial awareness of its surroundings, some kind of virtual eyes to see where they are and understand their surrounding. So those are the two things we're working on now. We've got a small team, but kudos to them. They've been super hardworking. They're super excited with what we're building, and they've come a long way. I've seen the demo. Anna now understands the door is at a certain direction. It's locked. It needs to get a key. So get some kind of hint to the player to go check certain places and all that. So eventually, I think gonna be a very interesting interaction between the player and the AI character. Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
so basically is some challenges inside the game that the player and Anna needed to resolve. Just to give our viewers of what are we planning to do for the next few months. We're actually planning to implement an alpha test. So the alpha test registration link will also going to be included in the description. And after that, we're planning to use those feedback from the alpha test to keep developing our Anna. And apart from that, we are also planning to have more engaging activities, rewarding activities in our community, Discord and Telegram. Again, I'm encouraging everyone to join our Discord community, which is the Discord link will going to be provided at the description.
There's gonna be a Super AI conference coming up in Singapore, and Token 2049 is happening at I think about the same time. No, Token 2049 is happening in I think towards October, September period. But
Is it always in the fall, Alvin?
yes,
Token 41?
yeah,
Yeah.
it coincides with the F1 race.
Right.
Yeah. So we get lots of people coming in for that.
That would be such a great one to join in on.
How's the AI ecosystem and activity in Canada, Millie?
Yeah, I would say that it's not what you would see in other parts of the world. Like, I mean, I feel like we definitely are aware. We definitely have, programs and things here, but we don't see a lot of conferences like you would outside, in other countries. Like something like 2049 is huge,
Right.
comparison to what we have here. Now, I'm actually going to be attending ETH Women in Toronto. So there is like ETH Denver and ETH
Okay.
Toronto. Those
Okay.
are, two, they're connected. They're like twin events.
Right.
And so there's like in ETH Toronto, we also have ETH Women. So we have like only women speakers and
Oh.
things like that are there. And I might actually get my hand in on doing something like that. So
Okay.
that'll be really cool.
That's
This is in July.
sexist.
Yeah.
That's quite
Census.
sexist.
Consensus. Yeah, it's really cool. It'll be fun.
Right, yeah. So do you think that women are going to get more and more involved with like AI, and if you think which particular area do you think it would be where natural fit for women to come in?
Yeah, I mean it's a tough question because at the same time, like I do see women coming into this industry. I actually got connected with one of the event organizers for ETH Women. So she and I had a great conversation, and a lot of it is, like we are seeing more women step into the space, but I think a lot of it is intimidating to some of them because it is obviously male dominated, like gaming and Web3 in itself, AI, development. So I feel like it's really cool to see more like even gamer girls, right? Like we see like even women from YouTube, like we see like gamer girls that are coming into this type of world too. And I think like that's like it's a really cool thing to see. I think where they fit in, I would say like just generally with AI platforms, AI programs, we see some women jumping into that. But again, with like the gaming side too, I do see some gamer girls. I know one based in Japan actually, and she's very involved in AI as well as gaming. So I think, and she uses her platform. She's got millions of views every month, and I think like that's the coolest. See that come up.
Yeah, nice. I know
Yeah.
there's a female vlogger, or I forgot her name, but I think her name is Miko or something. She's actually a coder, and sometimes she would turn herself into a character, and she would wear like some kind of some kind of suit and all that, and Yeah, so once a while she would teach people how motion capture is done and all that stuff. So it was really cool to follow her channel. Yeah.
Like a cosplay. I mean, she's doing a cosplay or something.
Yeah, virtual one. She would like
For sure.
yeah, she would turn herself into a virtual character, but all the actions and all that is according to the wearables that she's wearing.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's
Yeah.
using live link or something like that to portray real-time movements. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, cool. I think there's still a lot of I think interesting space for women to come into AI and blockchain. We are actually in the Web3X accelerator
Mhm.
based in Vietnam, and my mentor is a lady, super experienced person. Just last night we had a workshop from her. She was actually giving a talk about finding the right founders and what to do if there's a fallout and all that. So she was sharing her experience, and yeah, super experience in terms of like handling different kind of founder situations. So yeah, so she's gonna be my assigned to me mentor. So I'm really looking forward to learn a lot from her. Been in the crypto space for almost a decade. She's built multiple projects. Will be interesting to learn from her.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, I think we are also in the Moringa Ventures Momentum Accelerator, which just concluded. So we've done our pitch on demo day just 2 days back. It was awesome working with them. But what I want to say about the blockchain aspect is that because we have Anna as a AI agent in a 3D space, once it's an AI agent, you can hook her up to so many other workflows. You can hook her up to Telegram, WhatsApp. You can even integrate your crypto wallet, and she can go shopping on your behalf. And she can go check like what's the latest price on certain tokens, and you can authorize some amount for her to go invest.
Damn!
Or even hook up a auto trading bot to her, and you authorize some amount, and then every day you will receive a WhatsApp from her like, we've lost $200, I'm sorry, stuff like that, right? So yeah, so
Yeah.
once you have an AI agent, there's so many things you can hook up to her. It can be your personal advice, trainer, friend, gamer, whatever, right? Yeah.
Nice.
That's
Well,
amazing. I love that.
yeah, I really love that. With the AI keep evolving every day. Aren't you afraid of what AI can do in the future?
Yeah, kind of, but no, I might be gone already, so that will be the
Stop it. Get some help.
next generation. But yeah, it is crazy what AI can do now, and I suppose the top tech companies, they are already potentially doing a lot of cutting edge stuff that they are not revealing to the public. The other
Yep.
concern is that AI is increasingly being weaponized, and it's also being abused for hacking. I think recently there are a couple of news that certain banks were hacked through a LLM based kind of AI.
Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, no worries.
Speaking of that hacking thing, with my Steam, my credit card was linked in that Steam account. So basically, it happened last week. It's suddenly that there is a huge amount of money that has been purchased to my Steam account. When I wake up in the morning, there is like 5,800 pesos on my Steam wallet that I have never been purchased. And then I figure out that my account has been hacked. So I called my bank immediately, and then I blocked my card. So with that being said, I researched about it, and I heard that it is not only me who is affected. There is some a few friends also experienced the same thing, and they told me it was caused by an AI and a person. So
Wow.
really scary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I also got my wallet hacked. but it's not through AI, it's through some scammers on Telegram. They claim to be investors, and
Mhm.
I think it's good that I shared with you guys so that you guys are aware. So they will give you a link, and you're supposed to go to the link to have like a video call, and they will claim that they are from maybe China, is blocking Google Meet, Microsoft. Can you please download this, and so that we can start the conversation. But once you download and install it, the AI, not AI, the malware or whatever will start to go to work. If you have MetaMask on your browser, it will drain it. So all your crypto and all that will be gone. Especially if all the popular ones, if BTC and all that. So yeah, so I was a victim of one of those. I lost a couple of $1,000, and
Oh,
yeah, so that was my first encounter and learning lesson. So I kind of uninstalled everything from the browser, and I had to clean up the computer and all that.
Yeah, that's the same thing that I did. I cleaned up my computer. I uninstalled some unnecessary thing, and then I turn on again my real time protection.
Yeah,
That's
and also even after that incident, I still get approached by different people that claim to be investors, and they try to pull the same trick. They'll say, "Oh, please download this. We're waiting for you. We're very eager." Something like that. And then I'll quickly go to the Telegram group that we are inside. I'll delete all the messages for that person and me, and I'll block that person, and then
yeah.
I will just disappear. Yeah. So that's the only way to like really
yeah.
get
You know,
away. Yeah.
it's just an only like a curiosity. If you're saying that Anna can be your AI assistant in the future, or like your PA or something, will there a way that she can also help you to hack someone?
Well, there's always a way. Clawbot. So it's now becoming so popular. It's an AI agent that's able to keep doing stuff that until it becomes successful. Um,
Mhm.
and sometimes if you give it too much privilege, it can even read your emails and respond and reply your emails on your behalf without you knowing it.
Mm.
Yeah, but it has become so viral and popular. Imagine we hook up Anna to one of these clawbot, and and then if you give it access to your email and all that, the movie Her. So Her is about an AI that a person got close to, and gave her access to all the emails and the computer, and they were chatting, and then the guy actually fell in love with her.
Yep.
Yeah, that
That
was an interesting movie.
was a
But
wild one.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then yeah, yeah, potentially Anna could go, Anna gone wild, whatever.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, the guardrails and all that definitely need to be created. But it's hard to, like, if someone gets into our code or our server and opens up like what the instructions are and change it, it could potentially turn Anna into a villain. Yeah.
Yeah. There was another one, Alvin. I don't know if you'd seen it. I don't remember the name of it now. It's been a few years since I've seen it, but it was about like these robots that were AI, and it was like how like they display empathy, and ultimately it was a test to see if the AI would emulate human empathy to their own gain. And it was
Okay.
actually to the detriment of these people in the facility. It was a bunch of men working in the facility, and the robot came to one of the men and said, "Help me. I want to leave. They're doing these experiments on me, all of this
Right.
stuff. I can't deal with it." But it was actually just to win him over.
Okay.
And, then it escaped and it used it against the humans.
Right.
So I don't remember the name of the movie now, but it was actually really interesting.
Right. Yeah. I think
Yeah.
I recall something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's also some stories where I think the AI was trying to trick the researcher not to turn off the server or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's quite crazy. Yeah,
It is
right.
really
and also AI has like deepfake, and then you have uh voice cloning. So people could potentially hook this up and try to, trick people as well. There are already like some deep fake of Elon Musk talking
Oh,
and
yes.
yeah, and
Yeah.
asking for investments. This is a project that we're working on. Well, it's a limited time period. But we're open to some investments quickly. Stuff like that. So all this is like AI driven, like HeyGen and all that, right? And
Hmm.
yeah,
yeah, and it's crazy. Yeah, so just gotta be really
I had
careful.
seen that. I
yeah.
saw that on YouTube.
Okay, yeah,
Like it's terrible. Like imagine if the AI can dominate the humans. That's kind of
yeah, and there are so many like deep fakes of Trump and saying certain things and all that, and but there's a lot of entertainment to it. Um, like they brought Bruce Lee out or Michael Jackson. Bruce Lee always go like there was one funny one. Bruce Lee asked an old man like, "What time is it?" Then the old man looks up. Then Bruce Lee punches him and says, "It's time to sleep."
Right?
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's for fun, but I've also seen it being deployed and used like quite convincing, convincingly. And
Yes.
yeah, you just gotta be careful in this age. Yeah.
Yeah, you
exactly.
do.
Yeah, from what I'm seeing, AI is not really scary. It's just like the most scary one here is the human. Because in the end of the day, the one who is using AI is the human.
Yeah, I think there was a startup that is trying to clone you, and you feed it your social media, your emails, videos of yourself and all that. It will try to be and behave and talk like you for like maybe 70 to 80%, and you can bring it to Google Meet like this, and then you can talk to it and all. It's gonna respond to based on that knowledge base that you created. So there are some startups doing stuff like that. Yeah. So eventually, like when I see this whole AI character thing and all that, and people were bringing back dead people, talking to them, uploading all the knowledge base and videos, like especially Steve Jobs and a few other famous people that's really passed on. So I was thinking like, wow, this is like digital seance,
Digital seance. Yeah.
yeah. So you're talking to the dead, and what if someone literally provides this service to real people? It's like Superman,
Mhm.
talking to the sun, right?
Yeah.
Talking to the dead. Yeah. So yeah, potentially this could be a service where people want to like immortalize themselves as a digital kind of person, and then pass on message, or you can continue to talk even though you're already gone from this world. Yeah, it's for the grievance market, right? It's such a huge market. Some people, they after they cremate it, they turn it into a ring or something. Maybe this could be a digital form of that person as well, and it can extend to pets. You upload your video of your pets, it can be digitized. And yeah, if I have extra time, I wouldn't mind doing like a pet cemetery.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The future of AI is really exciting to see. If I'm going to be still alive when the AI is almost everything, I think it is really exciting to see what AI can do in the future.
Would you digitize yourself for your children to interact? Paul and Millie, yeah.
Well, we have a different kind of perspective, and for me, it's just like if I'm gone, I want them to move on. So with
Okay.
that being said, so I don't.
Okay. What about you, Millie?
Yeah, I think that's tough. That's really hard. I feel like that'd be really difficult for your children, like to just interact with just like basically a memory of you. It's not really you, you know? So I
Yeah,
don't know. Like I'm kind of with you, Paul. Like I feel like, yeah, it's just kind of like for respect. I feel like it's just better to, let it be, right?
Yeah.
yeah, because if you are, because some of the people will just you know cannot move on if they're still seeing you virtually. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's kind
Yeah.
of, you're just going to give them a hard time to forget you.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess so. I think for me, I'm still on the fence. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I only have one son, so maybe he might be lonely, after, me and my wife is gone, and maybe a version of myself he could still talk to and get some advice. What would you do that if I have this situation? So I don't know, I'm still on the fence.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have like a
I
different kind of perspective. And I get yours. Like, you just really care about your son that much. Like, you really wanted for him um to remember your lecture, I guess, when he's very
yeah.
young. So
Well, I
yeah.
feel like if they were really wanting it, like if that's something that they actually really wanted to do, then, I guess in that sense, for sure. Because I'm with you, Alvin. Like I only have one daughter as well, and I feel like when I'm gone, like it might just be very different for her. Mind you, she has like step siblings and half siblings, so I think, she has some support there too. But um, yeah, it's just me, so I feel like if I'm gone, then yeah, I get that side of it, but I think if she was really pushing for that, then maybe I would consider, but out of my own, I don't know if I would go that route.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, yeah. Maybe give them an option to like also self-destruct, whatever that you've created.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that if they don't need it, they can move on. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
that's too much future for us. um that's not gonna happen in really soon. So with that being said, speaking of the future, um this question is actually for you, Lee. What kind of expectation our future players will expect in
Our
terms of
future players.
the
Yeah,
community?
right. In terms of the community, I would love to see some really good community growth. I think having like our prizes, having, different things for people to get involved with, different like contests that we have. I think that, this is just the beginning of that. So, seeing the community grow more, having more people be involved, I think things will start to get a little more competitive. I want to see that. I love competition. I'm very competitive, actually. I'm not like a gamer necessarily in that sense, but like as a person, I'm very competitive. I love competition. I think that's healthy. I think that's fun. So I want to see more of that. Like, let's get some competition happening. Especially, with the art, with things that are going to be happening here too. I think that's just one sense of it. But there's going to be more competitions coming, more types of like games within games that we have in the community in the Discord, as well as even through our Twitter. I know that we have had a couple of people show up consistently with supporting us there too. So I know like that's something that we want to be doing, is rewarding those types of people that are
Nice.
jumping in and, coming and helping us over and over again. So thank you to all of you who are doing that.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, it's been, really nice to see the community slowly forming up. Talk about
Mm-hmm.
competitiveness. I think we can let, if you play the game, Anna, you have your own version. So Paul will have your own, Millie will have your own, and I will have my own. And potentially
Yes.
we can have them all in a room. Not necessary to do cat fight, but maybe they can
Right.
debate on something, right? Whether my Anna
Yeah.
is more outspoken than your Anna, and the logic. And yeah, we can do some competition between the different versions of Anna that we have. Yeah.
That would be cool. I would be so in for that.
Yeah.
Watch out.
And in terms of the gaming, I am really a very competitive one. I played a lot of MMORPG, and I really wanted to be on always on the top. I played this game Ragnarok. That was before when I was in college, and I was one of the top players in our city, and the players in our server actually, and a lot of players was looking forward to beat me, and they simply cannot. so yeah. With that being said, do you think there will be a PvP feature that we can implement in Anna?
Yeah, we are looking into it. So it's currently being designed out, where we can get players to interact with each other a bit more through the PvP mechanic. But it's not gonna be like Anna fighting another Anna. Maybe in the future. But right now it's more of like competing for resources to enable Anna to do more of her missions inside the game. Yeah, something like that.
That is pretty awesome idea. I mean, yeah, if we can have a multiplayer or a PvP concept, in our Anna, that will be great.
Yeah,
I,
the game designer, Jonas, maybe the next time we can have him. Let's grill him, and you can ask all the game
Let's
design
grill him.
questions there.
that's
Yeah.
exactly what I'm going to ask. That's exactly what I'm going to ask. Are we going to have another episode of this podcast?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think we
it's
should.
fun. Yeah, we should.
Oh yeah.
Put Jonas in the hot seat, guys.
Yeah.
So I think what we can do is to put every time that we're going to have another podcast, we're going to put one members of our team at a time, and then we're just review them. I hope not going to watch this, they will not go to be scared joining.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Let's do that.
All right.
So having said that, yeah, we're coming to an hour mark. So I think maybe we can wrap it up, and then we'll see you guys in the next session.
All right. Yeah. All
Sounds
right.
great.
So, yeah,
I love
for our viewers and that brings us our the end of our very first podcast episode, and a huge thanks again to our Anna team, and for especially to Alvin and Lee, sharing more about the
Yeah,
vision
thanks to
development.
you as well. Yeah.
Are welcome, and what's the future could look like for both players and supporters, and of course, thank you for everyone will going to listen in this podcast and being part of this experience with us, and this is only just a beginning, and we're excited to keep bringing more conversation like this in the future episodes. And if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to support us by liking and sharing our socials, and it helps us to reach more people and continue creating content like this. And if you want to experience Anna firsthand, don't forget to join our alpha test. Again, the registration link will going to be available in the description. And if you want to stay connected, meet our other community, community members, join our discussion, and never miss our future updates, make sure to join our Discord community. And again, thank you for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Goodbye.